Okay guys, today I've got another fantastic card trick. I will show you the performance first and I'll show you the tutorial right after. Okay, so let's get on with the trick. So basically what first we're going to need to do is we're going to need to select a card, okay? So in order to select a card, we're just going to go through the cards and you're just going to point to one, okay? Okay, so let's say you select the 4 of clubs. It's alright if I see the card. It's not one of those tricks, okay? So we're going to cut the cards, we're going to put the 4 of clubs back into the middle of the pack, just like this. And what we'll do is we'll just stick the 4 of clubs into the middle of the pack and square it up so there are no breaks, okay? Next what we're going to do is we're going to use the 2 red aces for this trick, for the first part of the trick. The 2 red aces, the ace of hearts, okay, and the ace of diamonds, okay. Put the rest of the deck aside, and what we'll do with the 2 red aces is we'll just leave them off to the side, just like this, in full view, okay. Now what we're going to do is going to give the cards a couple of cuts just to make sure your card is lost in the middle of the pack, okay. And then we're going to give the cards another couple of cuts, just like this. Okay, next we'll turn the deck back over and we'll take the 2 black aces this time, the ace of spades and the ace of clubs, and we'll stick them right into the middle of the pack, and we'll make sure they're still there, spread for the cards. Yep, the ace of spades and the ace of clubs are still there, and what we'll do is we'll just turn over the deck, and if I just snap my fingers, the 2 black aces should find your card, okay? Let's see. Okay, I think something's gone wrong, okay? Because the 2 black aces haven't trapped one card, but that's because I think these are the 2 red aces, and actually over here are the 2 black aces. And if you give the cards a shake, just like that, one card should appear between the 2 black aces, and that card is the 4 of clubs, your selected card. Now I'm going to teach it to you in just a minute. Okay guys, here is the tutorial for that amazing card trick. Obviously, if you haven't worked it out by now, it isn't impromptu. You're actually going to need 2 duplicate cards to do this trick. You're going to need 2 ace of spades and 2 ace of clubs, and you should be ready to go. Now the setup for this trick, what you're going to need to do is you're going to take the ace of clubs, you're going to place that on top of the deck, and then you're going to place the other ace of spades on the bottom of the pack, okay? Just like that. So the setup should be you have an ace of spades on the bottom and an ace of clubs on the top, and you leave the other 2 aces, 2 coloured aces, resting aside for now. Okay, now I must warn you, this trick needs some quite complicated moves which I'll teach you right now, but I'm not going to go into full detail. If you want any full-on tutorials for these moves, then I will do so. Just comment down below if you would like. Okay, moving on. What we're going to need to do now is they can freely select any card they want, so you just spread for the cards. Let's say they choose the 5 of spades, okay? Now, what you're going to do with the 5 of spades now is you're actually going to get a pinky break underneath the bottom 2 cards, okay? So the way you do this is you can either do a pinky count, which is where you just grab your cards just like that and you count 2 cards, or you can riffle at the back 1, 2 cards and then just grab a pinky break, okay? Either way, you need to get a pinky break above the 2 bottom cards, okay? And what you're going to do next is you're going to swing cut. Actually, you're going to convert this pinky break here to a thumb break, just like that, and you're going to cut the cards, and then you're going to pick up the spectator's card, flip the 5 of spades over, and whilst you're doing, in the motion of doing flipping the 5 of spades over, what you're going to do is you're going to drop these 2 cards here that you have in thumb break right on top, okay? Then you're going to place the top half of cards, place them down, Then they think this is their card, and you just say you're going to place their card into the middle of the pack, place the rest of the cards on top, and square it up. Now if you've done all of that correctly, what you should have now is 3 cards on top. You've actually got the duplicate ace of clubs, their card in the middle, and the ace of spades on top if you've done everything correctly. Now what you want to do now is you want to get a pinky break below the top 3 cards that I just shown you. Once you've gotten that, what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 red aces and you're going to place them on top of the 3 card packet above the pinky break, okay? So now you're holding 1, 2 red aces and the 3 card packet we were just talking about. Now you need to make sure you keep this packet flush towards their face, otherwise they'll notice the packet is too thick to be 2 cards. What you're going to do with them is actually going to thumb off the first ace. Whoops, I just dropped the bloody ace. Okay, I'm back. You're going to take the first ace of hearts and you're going to thumb it off just like this. And you're going to grab a thumb break, just like that. And then you're going to do the same with the ace of diamonds. And once you've squared it up, you're actually just going to drop the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts back on top of the pack. So they think now you've got the ace of hearts and ace of diamonds. Now what you've got to do, this is very important for the last phase of the trick, is you've got to take the top card to the bottom and then just leave the 2 cards like this, well 3 cards like this, as if you're showing 2 cards, and leave them off to the side. So right now over here you should have the 2 aces underneath the selection, okay? Just make sure you have that, and then if you have, just move on with the video, okay? Next what you're going to do is you're going to do a Browie reversal with the top 2 cards, which are actually just the 2 red aces, okay? So you're going to get a thumb break above the top 2 aces, or top 2 cards. You're going to get a portion of cards from the middle, and you're just going to flip them face up, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip the rest of the cards face up on top, just like so. So now what you should have is the 2 red aces on top of a face down deck. In order to hide that, you're going to do another couple of cuts. You're just going to do a double undercut with the top card, just like this. You're going to get a thumb break again, and a double undercut. You grab a portion of cards, pull that on top, and you're going to bring along the 4 of clubs with the other packet. So you're going to grab the 4 of clubs and cut the cards again. So now you should have a random card and the 2 face-up aces on top of the cards, okay? Once you've got that far, you're going to take the 2 other duplicate black aces. Spectators shouldn't know that these are duplicates because they haven't seen the other 2 black aces yet. Now you're just going to insert them into the pack, okay? You square them up, and then what you're going to do is you've got to make sure that the 2 black aces are inside. What you're actually doing is you're going to get another pinky break. Now when you're finding the 2 black aces, you've got to be careful not to flash the 2 face-up red aces. So the way to do it is you just push off the first 4 or 5 cards and then just keep spreading until you find the 2 face-up black aces. Once you've got that, you're going to need to get a pinky break above the card, the face down card above the 2 black aces. So you cut the cards around about here, you get a pinky break just like that. I'm just exaggerating it there for video purposes. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a turnover pass. Now for beginners this might be a bit difficult. What you've got to do is you just got to swivel these cards as you turn it over and place the rest of the cards on top, okay? I'll go over that again. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, comment down below and I'll make sure to do one in my future videos. So you've got a pinky break right there, and what you're going to do is you're going to grab where the cards are broke, and you're just going to swivel the cards forward whilst turning over the packet and turn over the deck. This position you're in now should be that you have the 2 face down red aces in the middle of the pack, and what you should have after that is the 2 face down black duplicate aces in the second and third position of the deck. So you put the deck down and you say you snap your fingers, and or do any magical move. Say you're going to throw a card in or something, and you're going to say that the two black aces should find your card. You pick up the deck of cards, you spread to the two face down cards, and you put the rest of the deck to the side. You say, well, I think something's gone wrong, and then you snap your fingers and you say, that's actually because these are the two red aces. At this point the audience will be blown away, but when you show them that these are the two black aces, because they just saw the black aces in there, you're going to do a bottom lift. You're going to just take the bottom card, flip it upside down to show the ace of spades, and you're going to flip over the next card, the ace of clubs, and you're going to hold it like this. Obviously you could just show it like that, but I prefer to do a special kind of sandwich reveal by holding the two cards like this with the card flush. Make sure it's flush to the ace of spades, and you're going to hold it like this, and when you give it a shake, you're going to use your index finger to push the five of spades out, so it looks a bit like this in slow motion. 1, 2, 3. Okay? But in speed it actually looks really cool. In 3, 2, 1, the card appears from between, and it's the selected card that the spectator selected at the start between the two black aces, and they will be blown away. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this trick. Have a nice day.